Hello traders, welcome to this week's weekly Forex focused trade Forex with Gabe. We will be looking at the market setup for May the 15th through to May the 19th. As usual, we'll start off with the economic calendar and just to check out exactly how the market played out last week and what we're expecting for the week ahead. So from last week, two of the major events that occurred in the market was the US on the USD, the core CPI data. We also had major news coming out from the Bank of England from last week. We also had the unemployment rate change, unemployment claims, which also affected the USD and also the PPI data. Now, but interestingly, people have called asking, okay, how come we have some mixed data? The key is to understand what CPI year in year means, and also core CPI month in month. This one compares, a basket of goods or price, consumer basket of goods, their price, with the current month compared to previous same month on the previous year. Okay, while the core CPI measures the consumer baskets of goods as the price of consumer baskets of goods compared with this month compared with the previous month. So most times this one takes precedence, and that's why we could see exactly how the data came out to favor the USD and caused this to rally the way we saw last week. Last week also we saw the Bank of England hiking their rate by 0.25 basis point. We'll also see how that plays out on the market. Now, pretty much this week, we don't have so much of those kind of news. So with the market setups we've looked up, I think pretty much we'll have a clear run for this week. Starting with Monday, we have Empire State Manufacturing Index. I don't think this will have much impact on the USD, as we already see major setup on the USD. So every other news, I believe, will only be a setup to push it, as we already see on the market setup. Next, we have claimant count on GBP on Tuesday, and also core retail sales month in month, and retail sales month in month on USD. On Wednesday, we have the Bank of England Governor Bailey speaks. Thursday, unemployment claims, and on Friday, we have Fed's chair, that's the Fed's chair Powell speaks. So pretty much a clear week for us for the trading week. So let's go in and see exactly what the market has for us. But before I do that, of course, I almost skipping the next important part, which is the currency strength meter outlook for the week. Now, when we look at the strength meter, this is what we have in forward-looking basis in terms of what currencies outperform the others, and how this can, help us find best opportunities in the market. So we see that the USD is gaining strength. We see CHF gaining strength. Also, we see a decline. Well, this will not be so clear until we make a comparison with the previous week. So what can we see here? You will notice that we have the biggest positive to negative net change. From the previous week, what do we see? We see the USD moving from a 0.1 score point to 0.9, which is really positive. CHF dropped a bit, but then not so well, but it's still on the strong list from 2.8 to 2.0, still fairly strong. Euro dropped from 2.0 to the negative region of 0.7. We see Canadian dollar also negative 1.9. 0.8 still on the negative, but I see it very negative if you do the analysis on a single currency basis. So I've done that already for you. Japanese yen still maintaining the status quo on the last, the last on the weakest side of strength meter for the week. And then we have Australian dollar, which moved from negative 2.9 to negative 1.3, still pretty much on the negative zone. So what are the pairs we'll be looking at for the week? These are my best trading pairs. And of course, if you can look it up for yourself, match it up with your trading setups or your trading styles, find your entries as it fits you. But let's look at what these pairs hold in comparison to how we derived them, matching them up: AUD, USD, Euro, USD, USD CAD, Australian dollar, Swiss franc, USD Japanese yen, then Swiss franc, Japanese yen. So this is how I get to derive the best setup for me for the week. So let's jump right in on the charts to see exactly how this setup looks like. So starting with the dollar index, just to give a better overview what we're looking at. So you see, we had that nice breakout from this key resistance zone. And pretty much, if you look at it very well, we are looking at a breakout from a channel up pattern. You see, this has been structured to the upside. We've been having higher lows, higher highs, and now we are even making higher highs on this, which also shows or coincided with the breakout from a channel up pattern. So the target for me is, of course, the distance of the channel, which is 103.54 level. We could see some correction, but I don't see this. This is pretty much, I'm looking forward to a stronger dollar pair going into the future. I think the next pair we're looking at is Australian dollar. The first pair we'll be looking, next pair will be Australian dollar, United States dollar. So let me just go right there. Australian dollar is weak, US dollar strong, so we're looking to the downside. Now, this pair, we've been looking at it for some time. This is on the daily chart. I've been waiting for this pair to break below, away from this channel, this sideways pattern, this range, okay? Once this breakout, this is my final target for Australian dollar USD. But at the moment, at the interim, right now, I will be looking to short towards the 0.6580. Now, guys, don't just be mindful that we could see nice correction before we begin to see, you know, it descending to the last support zone that we have here. So be mindful of that. Since we saw great momentum, massive sell-off from last week, we could see that correction, and this will give you a better point to have a nice entry, okay? So watch out for that before making your entry. Next pair we'll be looking at is Euro USD. Let me look for that. So on Euro USD, nice breakout already from a channel or pattern. So we see price beginning to break from the higher lows. Now we're beginning to see lower lows. So I would like to see a correction, probably a retest from the breakout points before we see price making it to the targets. That's the profit target for breaking out from this channel, which also coincided with the last support. So to be conservative, let's take it to this point. You know, price retesting this level, which is 1.0790 level. Okay, so let's watch out if price do just that. Next on my list is USD Canadian dollar. USD Canadian dollar, let me get that out here. Just a moment. USD CAD. There you are. USD CAD, I'm looking to go long on this pair. For now, I will try to be conservative until we see a breakout from this channel. So right now, I'm looking for price to test the 1.3639 level. Now, don't think it's too close. This will give you about 77 pips. If you're able to get that for the week, this will be good. But my ultimate goal is to see price break away from this channel pattern, and this will give us a better run for our money. Let's see where the targets will be. Yep, at least the last high, which will coincide to this point. So this will be my ultimate target for USD CAD in case we continue to see new rallies on the dollar index. So this is a pretty nice setup. If you look at it on the weekly chart, you can see that this market is structured to the upside. And to get a better confirmation, you can see we're also still having higher lows, but we've not been having, we made a new high here, but it was unable to break this high. So please take note of that. We could see price rallying up to make a retest of this region. So we break from this channel up, from this channel, okay, breaking away from this high. Next point of contact I see will be around the 1.3856 level. Next on my list is Australian dollar Swiss franc. Let's go there. Australian dollar Swiss franc. Let me get that for us. There you are. Australian dollar Swiss franc. Now this is a nice pair, really nice structure to the downside. Since 2022 March, we can see that, structure to the downside. Right about now is still on the H4 chart. You still see that. So on the very nice structure on the D1, you see that structure to the downside, lower lows, lower highs. Now, when you take this to H4 charts, pretty much still same. So I will be looking to short this, especially looking at the currency strength meter, with Swiss franc being strong, Australian dollar being weak. I will look to short this pair towards the next low, which is 0.5870 level, okay? So we could have that correction, but you can see price was unable to break this level. Let me give you that level in case you want to replicate this chart, which is 0.60, pretty much 6050, okay? Price was unable to break this. So even if we have a correction, I trust price will make a big sell-off down to the 0.5870 level. Next interesting pair for me is USD JPY. Let me get there. USD JPY. There you are. I like this pair structured to the upside, and I believe we will be making this nice rally up to 1.137.57. Look at that breakout. Look at that momentum breakout from this point. Even if we have a correction, we will have that correction, maybe a retest to this point, 62 pips, before making that pull up or that rally up to 150, 160 pips up, okay? So this is a nice, interesting pair for me. And the last pair I'll be looking at, which really is not my favorite, is CHF JPY. Let me show you why, but I still included it there because of, working or going by the, what do you call it, the currency strength meter. You will see that we still have, this is looking more, still like a breakout of, breakout from the channel. We have this breakout, so I believe we still had I was able to, I deleted, what do you call it? The targets we had from last week. We were able to meet up all of those targets. So into the future, I still believe price is going to make some rally. So you can use this to set your target if you want to do intermediate target, at least being conservative. So I see price rallying up here, 106 pips, and then finally 261 pips to the 153.93 level, because I see this to be a break above from a channel. So it should achieve those levels. It's not on top of my list, but of course, I just needed to show you that opportunity. So just to recap, these are my best pairs for the week, May 15th to May the 19th. So traders, be mindful. Don't forget, risk management is key, despite however sure you are about your setups. Don't risk so much per account and try to trade non-correlated pairs. Okay, just choose the best that you can trade and trade them. So until next week, thank you so much. Don't forget to comment, share the link with a friend who is also a Forex trader, and let's grow together. Thank you guys. Have a great week ahead.